If you enjoy this podcast and you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. I've provided a link to my Patreon account in the show notes. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who has supported the show so far. My hope is to keep this show ad-free, and I can do so with your help. Please consider making a small contribution on Patreon today. Self-hypnosis for healing is never to be used in place of medical advice. Hypnotherapy is a self-help modality, and if you suffer from any major mental health or health conditions, please consult your doctor before participating. Never listen to any hypnosis while driving a car or operating any heavy machinery or doing anything else that might be dangerous or require your full attention. I am not, nor do I claim to be, a licensed physician or mental health therapist. I am an American Board of Hypnotherapy certified hypnotherapist. Welcome back to Meditations and Self-Hypnosis for Healing. I'm Elizabeth Catherine. Today we're talking about unlocking you. So, little housekeeping before we get going. Every week at 11 a.m. we'll be doing a world peace meditation for like 5 minutes. It's 11 a.m. Central Time. And if you're using a world clock, that would be Chicago. And this is going to just sort of be a time where we can all come together with a unified thought of creating more peace in the world. And I think we can all get on the same page with that, right? And also, then I'll be there for any questions afterwards that you have about either hypnosis, or if you guys want to do little tarot readings or intuitive readings or any little things like that, come on. That's my little give back, well, to everybody for showing up every week. And just a little way for us to connect and maybe make some positive energetic changes in our beautiful planet called Earth. That's the planet we live on. Anyway, so today we're talking about unlocking you. So I want to start with a story. And when I was younger, I was a weird kid. And I knew I was weird because the initial feedback I got from people was that I was weird. And so I just became quiet. Instead of being weird, I decided to be quiet because I didn't want people to think I was weird, and I didn't want people to make fun of me, and I didn't want people to reject me. So I just got real quiet, and I didn't really talk to anybody too much. Kept to myself. Made a few friends here and there. And it was fine. But then 8th grade came around and I started getting bullied really badly by the entire class of boys. The whole class I graduated with. They all, they like run as a pack at that age, right? And so they all decided to bully me. It was really bad. It was so bad that most of my really close friends don't even know what they were bullying me about because I didn't want to talk about it ever. So after a certain point, I started to get really frustrated. And I was frustrated because I was being bullied, but they didn't even know who I was. They were bullying me as a person that they didn't know. And these kids were mean. I mean, they were mean kids. I'm sure they're perfectly lovely adults, but as a pack and as children, they were horribly mean. And I wasn't the only one that they targeted. But what was annoying to me is that here I was doing everything I could to protect myself, to stay out of the fray and to not be bullied for being weird. And I was still being bullied for this person that I pretended to be so that I would not be hated. It wasn't even like the goal wasn't even to be liked at that point. It was to just stay out of the fray and not to be, bullied. So anyway, I got to this breaking point, and I still remember where I was. It was our 8th grade softball game. So it must have been spring. And it was so weird. I thought, you know what? Screw it. Everybody hates me for this persona I made up. I may as well be me, and they can hate me for who I actually am instead. And so I took that chalk, from the lines that they use, and I covered myself in chalk dust and went around and told everybody I was Casper the Friendly Ghost and was just being silly. It was so weird. But the weird thing is that everybody started to like me after that. I started to have friends. I left part of the group. As we graduated, I left and I was accepted and went on to have a pretty good time in high school and lots of friends and then beyond, when I finally got to college where I was with, people that were like-minded and with art school, and everybody was weird there. And then I felt even honored for being who I was and respected. And to this day, I aside from just being unabashedly yourself, I implore you to go and find your people, the people that honor you for who you are. We all have these amazing things that we can bring into the world. It's just our own special sauce, And when you find the people that really understand you and connect with you, you feel actually like honored for who you are. And that is magical. So it's twofold, really. What we're talking about this week is being yourself unabashedly. I always think of remember the genie? I don't know if you guys saw the Aladdin cartoon one from the 90s. And Robin Williams like turns into a bee and goes up into his ear and he goes, "Be yourself." That's what comes to my mind all the time when I'm not being myself, as I see, that little bee, the genie, and Robin Williams' silly voice. And it just kind of like reminds me to kind of snap out of it. Like, just be yourself, don't worry about what other people are thinking about you. People are going to judge you. No matter what you do, they're going to judge you. They're out there trying to figure out how to survive themselves, and they're going to judge you no matter what you do. You just have to be yourself no matter what. For me, a lot of this falls on, what I'm doing right now is talking about how we can be better people in this world and how we can show up more authentically and how we can make the world a better place. I feel like I'm going to get judged for doing that only because I'm not perfect. And so that almost stops me from doing this, from being myself. The fear of someone judging me for doing something good in the world because I have flaws. I mean, that's wild, right? But it makes perfect sense if you think about it. When you're out talking about how to make the world a better place, everybody's going to judge you because they are going to pick you apart and find out why you're not good so that they can justify themselves in either disliking you or in not making the effort that they wish they were making to create the world in a better vision. That, and then we're also talking about finding a community. And I know it's not always up to us who we surround ourselves with and what community we find for ourselves. But I would encourage you to start noticing when somebody makes you feel like you are honored for just being who you are and being around them more. And then find out, likewise, the people that don't really honor you for who you are. Maybe they accept you, but it's more of a, well, we get it. You've got flaws and you're weird and we accept you. There's a difference between just being accepted and being honored. And the people, when you find those people that really understand you to the point and where they are wanting to be around you more because they want to learn from each other and, grow this sense of love and respect between each other, that's the magic. So find those relationships and focus on them. And then the more you focus on those relationships, the more relationships like that will come into your life. It's law of attraction, which, as we've talked about a bazillion times, is more than just thinking about something and it appears. It's thinking about it, acting on it, dwelling in that feeling, and then you're noticing more and more when it's happening. So if you're noticing the people that honor you in your life, when you come across somebody else that has that potential, that you feel that spark of connection and understanding with, you'll know to pursue that relationship and friendship. Yeah, that wasn't what I expected to talk about today, but we got a little off track with the community thing. But I think it is really important, and I actually want to tie it back into, connecting once a week for 5-10 minutes on YouTube Live for these lives, and just sort of creating a space of like-minded people, even if it's 5 minutes a week, where hey, there's other people that feel the same way about life as I do. Sometimes that's just a good start, a little bit of a foundation if you're lost in how to find people that are like-minded. Anyway, okay, well, it's actually coming up on 11 o'clock on Tuesday here. It'll be last week for you by the time you hear this, but I'm going to hop off and go do that YouTube Live. I hope to see some of you guys join me next week or the week after. I'm going to keep coming on. I know it's going to take a minute to get things started, but please do hop on, even if you're late. Doesn't matter. Just jump in, close your eyes, and catch up to where we are. Okay? All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a great day, week, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next week.